Greetings, 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 greetings. This is MaSun 777. Please support Maat's Temple, Healing and Unconditional Love. Please like, subscribe, and share. I am not going to be up here a long time. I really wanted to just get up here and sort of continue. The last one I did was about the shadow president, and this one is going to be about what's really going on with the snap. It's a lot of people that's in stress because of not being able to get their benefits or it's being delayed. They said they vetoed. I know they last I heard it was vetoed by the judge, and they're going to try to, in some places, go into the funding to actually give them out or do something. I don't know, but they say it's still not enough funding. But I just want to show this Melanie King's excerpt on what's going on. So let me get to it. So yeah, I can't be up here that long today. And I always say that, but I'm not gonna be up here long. All right.
Your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI.
Let me put some information out there for y'all. And I'm not telling you who to vote for. I just want you to hear this information, do whatever you want with it, and then form your opinion afterwards. But to everybody saying this is who y'all voted for, Trump's the reason why all of this is going on with SNAP benefits, government shutdown, that, and the third. Democrats are actually the reason why the government is being shut down. It is shut down. They're the ones who has voted no 10 plus times to get the government open back up. SNAP benefits, they voted no. Paying essential workers, they voted no. The Republicans are bringing the...
Yeah, so this is just, I'm not going to be able to, I'm just showing y'all what is going on and what they say is going on. This is Melanie King talking about, the title is prove that the Democrats, it says prove that the Democrats are starving Americans with government shutdown to give SNAP and and welfare to illegals, saying they doing this to give it to illegals or the migrants. So I'll start it back over.
The government, SNAP benefits, government shutdown, this, that, and the third. Let me put some information out there for y'all. And I'm not telling you who to vote for. I just want you to hear this information, do whatever you want with it, and then form your opinion afterwards. But to everybody saying this is who y'all voted for, Trump's the reason why all of this is going on with SNAP benefits, government shutdown, this, that, and the third. Democrats are actually the reason why the government is being shut down. It is shut down. They're the ones who has voted no 10 plus times to get the government open back up. SNAP benefits, they voted no. Paying essential workers, they voted no. The Republicans are bringing these bills to pass to pay these things and fund these programs. The Democrats are voting no. Why? To use it as leverage. They want y'all to say it's Trump's fault. That's what they want, to divert the attention off of them, put it on Trump. That way y'all don't even realize that they're not for the people. They want Trump to go down in history as the president who has had this huge crisis under his term, when they're the ones who are voting no. But they don't want you to know that. Y'all need to understand, the biggest thing about it is that y'all need to understand that while they're voting no to not fund the SNAP program, not open the government, not pay essential workers, while they're voting no for all of those things, they're still getting paid. So everybody else is suffering, but they're still getting paid. Again, this is leverage because they want Trump to go down in history as the president over this during his term to have this huge crisis when the Democrats are the ones to vote. I have been voting no for everything. They just want y'all to continue to blame Trump. That's their goal. I'm not sitting here trying to tell you to switch sides, to know the information before you go around pointing the finger, because that's what they want you to do. And I'm not the one to fearmonger. But if you got some money, some extra money, you should probably go to the grocery store and load up. Because at the rate that this is going right now, November is going to be a wild one.
Okay. Okay, so he said that the reason why it's shut down is because the Democrats keep voting because they can't have access. You know, with those, when they say the shadow president is the guy Ronald Vaughn or whatever, when they went in there and shut everything down because they said money was being distributed to different places, and they was like dipping in the pot, and they don't know why this money going to this country for the trans having ballet lessons. And even that man over there in Ukraine said he didn't get all of those billions of dollars. He said he was supposed to be allotted like so many billions, but he didn't get all of it. Now, allegedly, with that guy being busted in the Bahamas for the crypto, they said that I heard that some of these politicians and these presidents got like 17 and 20 LLCs where they funneling money back. Well, the Democrats are not able to. They saying allegedly that the Democrats are not able to have control of that money like they used to since, they did the Doge shutdown and all of that. They are actually voting no to open the government up, but they want Trump to be blamed. I don't trust neither one. I ain't with the Democrats or the Republicans or none of them. I think they all fit working together, but I'm just saying, we got to look at the picture 360 degrees, and see what's really going on. But I'm gonna let you see some more of this. I could not believe how many SNAP benefits that this lady, I don't know if she's a migrant or whatever, but she's gonna tell you what's going on in Chicago and how much benefits these people are getting. And they saying the reason why the Democrats are doing this because they want to have access to their money, but they still getting paid, but they want to be able to fund the immigrants and stuff. And I don't understand why they're getting so much money, but I do understand because allegedly they want those people to vote them in. Like when they was doing this, they shouldn't have let them come here, and then they invited them here so that they could vote for them. And I think a lot of them ended up voting for Trump. But all right.
And he is absolutely right. And to piggyback off of that, and I will say that was a couple days old. So when he said 10 times, no, it's 13 times now. Okay? 13 times they have refused to pass a clean CR that they were fine with before. But now, but it's also deeper, guys. It's deeper. I've been giving you this information. I want you to listen to Elon Musk on Joe Rogan's show and what he had to say about this.
The reason you have this standoff is because if the hundreds of billions of dollars to create a financial incentive to these states, if that is turned off, the illegals will leave because they're no longer being paid to come to the United States and stay here.
Wow.
And then they will lose a lot of voters. The Democratic Party will lose a lot of voters.
And they would have a very difficult job if this is kicked out of reintroducing it into a new bill.
Yes.
Especially once things start normalizing.
Yes. So, like, in a nutshell, the Democratic Party wants to destroy democracy by importing voters.
Mm-hmm.
And the Republican party disagrees with
And
that.
the ruse is that if you don't accept what they're doing, then you're a threat to democracy,
Yes.
as they try to destroy democracy
Yes.
by importing voters
That is
and
literally what they're
incentivizing
doing.
people to only vote for them and overwhelming the system.
And by the way, it's a strategy that, if allowed to work, would work. And in fact, has worked. California is supermajority Democrat.
Yeah.
And there's so much gerrymandering that occurs. It's crazy.
So yes, understand this is all orchestrated, and it's not because they just, I have told you over and over again, they need a new base. This is what they want. This is why they imported all of these illegals. I showed you the chart that as the borders open up, as the border crisis skyrocketed under Joe Biden, well, SNAP correlated with it. Okay, it is all a scheme. And talking about still getting paid, these companies, these corporations are still getting paid. The healthcare companies, the healthcare insurance companies are still getting paid. All while you have people not getting paid, like this gentleman here. Let me pull it up because I think it's important to play this, because so this is the Army soldier who isn't getting paid because of the government shutdown. He isn't getting food stamps or SNAP, guys. He isn't allowed to get another job. So spare me the tears. Okay, they get into the ghetto and all this other stuff, but people need to understand, all right, what is draining the system are not only illegals, but actual legal immigrants who are getting SNAP from the American taxpayers, while the American people are starving, while the American people are not getting their benefits. I have brought you video after video showing and proving to you that not only are they getting SNAP, guys, what? They're the biggest beneficiaries of welfare, okay? They are getting Section 8. They are getting daycare vouchers.
They said they getting like $15,000 a month in SNAP. The lady gonna snitch them out too. She gonna tell that $15,000 in SNAP per person, and thousands of dollars on a debit card, a credit card, plus free housing.
We're getting Medicaid fully paid for in states like Illinois, 100% covered. You're not covered 100%. You have to pay for it, and you're still not covered 100%. But they're covered 100%. But let's listen to a little bit of what this soldier had to say.
There's something about this whole having to come in for work every day and knowing that I'm probably not going to get a paycheck here in the next 5 days or something, that really hits different. Not in a good way either, but I guess I can't get a side job or nothing, so I guess I'm gonna try to start monetizing on here a little bit if I can.
Damn.
So if y'all could help a brother out, that'd be sweet, by just liking, sharing the video, and getting it out there and everything.
Damn.
See if I can get these views and follows up, or maybe I can start making some money on here, because this government shutdown is crazy. The worst part about it is all the people that put us in this situation are the ones that are still getting paid. But it is what it is. It just, I don't know, man. It makes it really hard to find the motivation to come in and stay motivated for my troops and stuff like that, when knowing I'm probably not going to get paid myself. So, and then seeing all the hardships that it's causing on all my soldiers and all my fellow brothers and sisters in the service and stuff, like, I'm lucky enough to where I got like a good savings and stuff like that I'm pretty taken care of, but not everybody's that lucky. So kind of sucks, but it is what it is, and wish us the best. Hopefully they figure this shit out, guys. But yeah, this is my daily post for the day. I probably won't post again today anyways.
So understand, okay, this is a military.
That is sad as hell. That's a military guy. Thanks for your service. That is sad. It looks like he's so unmotivated. Like, I mean, that is sad. That's sad. And he's like a sergeant. He gotta motivate the troops and stuff. And he's like, he don't even want to come in, not getting paid, of course. Like, but they're getting paid.
Man, this is a soldier. He's not being dramatic. He's not crying and being hyperbolic. But understand, it takes a lot for a man like this to come out and speak
To be
about
that
this. This
vulnerable.
is affecting him deeply. He is very hurt, very most likely
I hope
scared
he
of
be
what is
okay.
happening with this, and not just scared for himself, like he said, but for his troops, for the rest of the military. Where they're
Yeah,
not
because
able
some
to.
people they already on edge. Like in the military, that's already stressful. So this could cause them to like snap out and stuff. Like they already under a lot of pressure. So that's sad.
They're not able to afford anything, and they just have to still go to work. They have to still show up and serve this country. While you have things like this that have gone on, when people say illegals are not doing this, they're not getting anything. Really, I want to take you a little bit down memory lane. Let me move this down a little bit over here on this other side, because I really want you to see what I'm talking about here. This needs to move down. Okay, because it says here, right? Never forget how much Democrat-run states were giving illegal aliens for free food. All right. So this is what we're going to watch, and I'm going to take you and show you some more things because the evidence is all out there. I don't know why people are acting all surprised and no, it's not true and this isn't happening. We have the evidence. We're to gaslight us into not believing what we see, feel, experience, hear for ourselves. The time for the gaslighting and lies are over. We are done playing games with you. You are starving the American people to line your own pockets and to build your base with illegals. Because you don't give a damn about the American people. And you don't even give a damn about our own service workers, our veterans, our military. You sure give a damn about these people.
Homeless and migrants living in hotels and motels. So just how much money is the state paying for lodging? Records obtained by the I-Team show the state has 17 contracts for housing, totaling more than $116 million. Those contracts are only for fiscal year 2024 and end in June.
This is something that we have been asking the administration for information on for the better part of a year, and have been stonewalled on the information. So I think for you to get it, I think it's really important.
In some cases, the hotels are collecting money from the state for 3 meals a day. $16 for breakfast, $17 for lunch, and $31 for dinner. That means $64 a day per person. The state's right to shelter law requires it provide families with refrigeration and basic cooking facilities. But some of the accommodations do not have those appliances, leading the state to contract out for food and delivery. Citing the emergency nature of the crisis, the state gave Spinelli Ravioli Manufacturing Company in East Boston a $10 million 6-month no-bid contract to provide meals and delivery services. Spinelli tells the I-Team as an approved and mobilized quickly. We are not the exclusive.
So when a client comes to us with an ask to launch an influencer marketing campaign, the process is pretty streamlined.
So we know what's up now. They are actually doing this because they're not able to get their immigrants and migrants to fund it so they can vote for them. So that's what it's all about. Now I don't want to point the fingers at the wrong person. I don't trust old boy and all that, but I don't want to put the blame all on one person or one group of people, because it's been a lot of like fishy stuff going on with the tax money and how they spending money in foreign countries and stuff like that. So I'm thinking like maybe they shut everything down to clear everything out so that can stop. Maybe, and they trying to see, you know what I'm saying, clear this all up, because this shouldn't be happening. when I've never in my life gotten those type of benefits from this government. I've been paying taxes since I started working at legally started working at 16. So that's crazy. And when I have gotten SNAP, I've never gotten that amount, even with children. Like this lady gonna say like they getting like 15,000 in SNAP a month per person.
While you can't afford food yourself, while people, American citizens who are on SNAP, who are on welfare, who are on government assistance, while they're not getting anything, you have to understand that was back in 2024, but this was going on all through Biden's presidency. I could show you video. We would be here for days, 24 hours a day, just going through the information because it is that bad. But going back again, this is okay. This is what they were talking about as well under Biden. So if you're wondering where their priorities have been, understand it's always been this. This isn't something new. Maybe this is new information to you, but they've always been these degenerates that don't give a damn about us. But they make sure.
It says Democrats are sacrificing Americans on snaps to secure free health care for illegal aliens. I don't know, y'all might can see that.
They make sure they take care of illegals because it's never America first.
SNAP is a nutrition program that helps with the cost of healthy food. Enrolling your eligible children in these programs will have no effect on the immigration status of you or anyone in your family, including applications for a green card or for U.S. citizenship. Any information you provide on the application will only be used to determine your child's eligibility. This information will not be shared with immigration enforcement. SNAP is a nutrition program that helps with the cost.
You have to notice what they say. So she says it doesn't matter about your immigration status, right? So then they say green card and visa applications, right? But then they said your status. What did she say here at the end? Let's hear it again.
You provide on the application will only be used to determine your child's eligibility. This information will not be shared with immigration enforcement. SNAP,
it's not going to be shared with immigration enforcement. That's a funny thing to say, right? Like, why would immigration enforcement be even mentioned in this? If they're a legal green card holder or visa holder and they're able to get SNAP benefits, which I do not believe they should be, absolutely not. But that's another thing we have to talk about. But when she says your status, why would that make a difference to ICE? Huh? I'm not understanding. Unless these people are illegal. Unless these people are illegal, because understand, I brought you a story yesterday where people are having, once they have an anchor baby as well,
Anchor baby.
Another scam. Once they have an anchor baby, well, then now there's an American.
Anchor baby is the ones that they come over here pregnant and have them here on this soil. That's called anchor baby, where they make them automatically a citizen when they have them. You know, they could be pregnant in another country and they come here and have the baby. That's the definition of an anchor baby. You can't do that in these other countries, though. I don't understand, because you definitely can't do that. They won't let you come in their country. They just started that here now, where they don't not letting these people. Because I seen it. This lady was at the airport, not too long ago, and they wouldn't let her come in because looked like she was about to have the baby. This was from an African country, but that's what the anchor baby is.
Children. So now the whole household will qualify and get all of that assistance. But not only that, guys, I forgot to mention earlier, with all the benefits they're getting, they're also getting cash, money, thousands of dollars on top of being.
Yeah, they're getting a lot. Like one lady was saying how she sold her food truck to one of them, and he said the government had just wrote them a check for like $25,000-$30,000. And she was like, she had to scrape and scrape and save to get up that kind of money, but they just give it to them because they want them to be the new citizens, I guess, and to vote in the Democrats. And we can't be upset with these immigrants. The Democrats invited them here and made them feel like that, you know, they are entitled to this stuff, and that's why a lot of them act like they do too towards black people and stuff, because of how they boost them up. to come over here and they better than us, and we don't matter, and blah blah blah. And that's how some of them, not all, but a lot of them are so disrespectful and racist and stuff. Sadly, it's a sad wake up call.
Illegals they're getting their benefits DoorDash to them. They're not even have to pay the DoorDash fee. The government was DoorDashing their food to them. They're getting more money for breakfast, lunch, and dinner than most of us can pay on a daily basis. And then let alone and understand this is for the entire family. The entire family. And who knows how many is in the family. They're bringing their cousin, their aunt, their grandma, their grandpa, the cousin that they fake that's a relative that's not, like the whole, they come here. Who wouldn't want to come here? But listen, again, we're going to go back a couple months, okay? A couple months. Listen to her. I think she's part of the squad. What's her name? Pramila Jayapal. Okay, she's part of the squad. She is part of this socialist movement that is taking over the Democrat Party right now. That wants everything to be free to illegals first, to immigrants first. Nothing for the American people. You go to work every day. That soldier goes to work every day so that illegals can eat. So that illegals can live off of the American taxpayer, while soldiers starve, while our military, our veterans go without.
Yesterday, I was at a food bank in my district talking about the SNAP cuts, the horrible SNAP cuts and Medicaid cuts. And they told me that people are not even showing up to Head Start where they get their food. They're not showing up to the food banks because they're afraid. And it's not just undocumented immigrants here for 20 years. Yesterday, I was at a food bank in my district talking about the SNAP cuts, the horrible SNAP cuts and Medicaid cuts. And they told me,
if you're a producer who hates AI, this plugin might change your mind. This is Reimagine Co-Producer. You can take any sample you find.
Did you notice? She's talking about undocumented. That was her focus. It wasn't the American people. It wasn't what they're saying, all black people being on welfare. It wasn't anybody in the ghetto. Well, they are in the ghetto because none of these illegals actually go into affluent neighborhoods or nice places. No, they come in.
Yeah, they ain't gonna let them move in their neighborhoods and worry them. They're gonna put them, the Chinese restaurants and all that in the black neighborhood. Yeah, they do that. That's done by design. You know that. That is done by design. And it ain't their fault. They are, they use them as puppets.
Community. They go and all the resources are given to them. I told you yesterday, I got to bring back black people and actual legal immigrants going off on Mayor Brandon Johnson in Chicago because they're giving everything to illegals, while the black community, their schools, the programs, the veterans homeless shelter, okay, veterans weren't allowed in there anymore. They're on the street because they needed it to house illegals. But let's continue down this path because I have more to show you because it continues to get more outrageous on a daily basis. So earlier this year, this is the same time. So this is July 17th. All right. So this was going back. Why were they talking about that? Because Trump was ending taxpayer-funded benefits for illegal migrants. And it's demonized. So it's going to be horrible. It's going to be this, that, and the other. Because understand one thing. They don't care about any of us. American, not American, illegal. It doesn't matter. You really think that they aren't lining their pockets with this money? Billions of dollars have gone out. Billions of dollars have gone out. And not a single politician has any kickback. Not a single corporation is getting kickback. Do you think the majority of that money is actually going into the hands of people? How many people were signed up illegals because they have no status? Hundreds of thousands of people on allegedly on SNAP getting these benefits, getting these checks. These fake landlords. There's a whole scheme that I'm unraveling. So understand They're fighting because USA was shut down. They no longer get their funnel their money through the waste, fraud, and abuse. So now they have to use these things to do it. And this is really what is holding up, okay? This is what is holding up the government. This is why the Democrats are holding the government hostage, because they know the well has gone dry. But let's listen to this. If you don't know, this is one thing that Republicans were trying to do, is get rid of it for illegals, okay? Not for poor people, not for black people, for illegals.
All right, also today, the Trump administration is doing away with many taxpayer-funded benefits for illegal immigrants. Among some of those benefits ending: free tuition, food assistance programs, Head Start, access to federal workforce development grants. The White House says the move will preserve roughly $40 billion in benefits for American citizens. All right, also today, the Trump administration.
So look at this. Outside of SNAP, what did I tell you guys? This is a scheme. This is a scam. This goes layers deep. We're just looking at the top line. But did you know illegals under Biden, under Democrats, were getting free tuition? They were getting, in the food assistance program, SNAP, all of that. Access to Head Start, daycare vouchers.
Oh, hell no.
Or do you have to pay for daycare? Do you have to pay for your own tuition and for school for your kids? And barring access to workforce development grants. See, that's the other thing. That's the other thing. The grants and things, we haven't talked about that, guys. We haven't talked about the billions siphoned off from the American taxpayers through that. But let's go back. Let's continue. Let's continue down this road because, all right. So this, when I talk about the big, beautiful bill, I want you to listen to Eric Schmidt here, he was on CNN, and now this was back in June. But you see, if you don't go back to history, if you're just looking at a snapshot now, you're really not going to get the full picture. It's really not going to develop for you. And this is why this is important to be informed, because your angle will be directed towards Trump and the Republicans and all of that. And listen, let me just say this. I believe government, in essence, is two heads of the same snake, but there are people who are fighting for better things for you and I, right? For things for the American people that you can align yourself with, whether you are left, right, or independent. I really don't give a damn. The facts are the facts, and you can accept it or not, but I'm telling you, it is what it is.
Big ideas.
Her assessment, do you agree?
I understand the frustration, but I actually think we're going to be able to work through this. One example of that is originally the not allowing SNAP benefits to illegal immigrants was bounced, and now that's back in. So I'm pretty confident we're going to work through these and get the savings that we want, make sure illegal immigrants aren't getting their taxpayer benefits, and ultimately still delivering on all the things for American families. I'm still hopeful.
Last month, you told a local outlet, MissouriNet, that you did not think cuts to Social Security.
Originally, the not allowing SNAP benefits to illegal immigrants was bounced, and now that's back in. So I'm pretty confident we're going to work through these. And
Democrats fought.
Greetings, Ultra Instinct.
Because they wanted a provision in there that illegal they're not illegal immigrants, illegals, to get benefits. They wanted, Republicans wanted that cut off. They put that provision in the big, beautiful bill. Democrats demanded to take that provision out because they still wanted these illegals to get paid. They still wanted to fund them. Are you getting the picture now? So now they were able to put it back into the big, beautiful bill.
I believe it. I've been knowing this was going on, but I don't trust either one. It's always a game, a hunger game, something going. I mean, I'm not surprised, but everybody, like Cardi B got up here talking about, oh, if y'all would have voted for Kamala Harris, then we wouldn't be in this situation now with the they've been scamming. Them Dems been scamming too long anyway. I don't trust. Like I said, I ain't with the politics either, Ultra Instinct. But yeah, it's just crazy. Yeah, they think that they would have been. I had my cousin recently told me that if the reason why we in the situation we in because we voted for. I didn't vote for nothing. I didn't vote for him. I don't mess with, but they said that it's because we voted for, a lot of people voted for it. They still believe in politics. Yeah, exactly. It don't matter. It might have been worse because it has still been these people coming in, which they invited them in. But why would you invite people that's, criminals? Like, these people don't need, they believe, a lot of them believe that a girl is an adult at 12 years old. Now, I'm not saying that we don't already have stuff going on in this country with child sex slavery and pedophilia and stuff, but to bring in more problems like that, that's just wild to me. Right. That's crazy.
We're able to get this back in the provision that they will not get any benefits. So if you're pissed off, if we see people rioting, if we see people robbing, if we hear of people getting shot because they were stealing food to feed their family, you better direct your damn anger to the right place. Because I don't want to hear anything if you don't have your facts tied together. If you're just going off noise and feelings and an emotional outburst, it means absolutely nothing, because we're dealing with facts. We're dealing with the real things that have happened, not just conjecture, not just what mainstream news is telling you or what you saw on TikTok or in your echo chamber. These are the facts on the ground, and everyone is saying it, except for the paid shills and the people who are trying to line their pocket through this government shutdown at the expense of the American people. So guys, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, share this video, and yeah, I will see you very shortly.
Why waste another summer not loving your body?
With Base 44, we turn that question into a successful business.
A woman has an average of 80 summers in her life.
Okay, guys. Well, that's what I wanted to show you. What's really going on? What is really going on with this? What's really going on with the situation with the SNAP and everything else? They don't care about us. They care about, which I'm not getting none at this time. If I could, I would definitely get some, and I ain't ashamed to spend as much taxes I done paid in. So I ain't never been ashamed. I sure ain't. I ain't been ashamed. They told me years ago when I had little children and stuff how I was making too much money. I'm like, I went and applied. I ain't no shame. I sure did. I ain't ashamed to spend them. I ain't ashamed of SNAP. I ain't ashamed of none of them. When they were paper or whatever, I don't care. Back then, I would, if I had some, I would have spent them. I ain't ashamed. So what? And it's more per capita. It's just as many. They getting them. The other cup races are your people. I get them. They put indigenous black people as the face of all this stuff. So I just want to let y'all know that Cardi B was wrong talking about if we would have voted for the Democrats, then we would have been all right. Because I don't think we would have been all right either way. Maybe this president, I'm not all for him neither, but maybe they trying to shut down the embezzlements and all that money that was being spent. So I don't know. I don't trust. I know none of them don't really care about the citizens. So it's all about what they want. Yeah. Yeah, the paper stamps. It's been a long year. Shoot. All of it's money, and it can buy food. If you need it, then get it. And damn everything else. But it looked like they said they passed some kind of bill to try to get them go to the people in November. But what's gonna happen? Hey, it looked like we better do the village thing. Start figuring out how to grow our food, and it don't look like we can too much depend on the groceries and stuff like that. Because somebody said allegedly Walmart was shutting down because they didn't want to be looted. So I don't know. But it's just a mess. So I just wanted to cover that little bit right there and let everybody know, you know what I'm saying? Don't be scared and fear mongering. I know it's a lot of people out there that's probably not getting them, but it's reasonable ways to eat. I hate it. I don't want nobody to be hungry. And if I had the stuff stocked up, I'd be feeding people anyway. If I can do something, I'll do it. I can't save everybody, but if I can do something to help somebody or share something, I will. I do that anyways. But if I had more, if I get more, I will definitely do more to, to help. Cause I've been feeding folks since my grandmother used to do that. And I do that with my temple. And I just do it. Sometimes I just cook and just pass food out. I feed the animals and all that. I had to recently stop. Because I'll feed the birds and everything, but it's a dog issue in the area. So I mean, it's like stray dog stuff going on. So I had to stop. Oh yeah, you said Ultra Instinct. You said they get money from everything else though. I've been saving. See, oh wow, very wise. So you got the heirloom seeds that don't just yield one fruit. Cause they got it like, the government got it like that now. Where when you plant the seeds, they don't regrow. But it's places where it's very wise. It's places where you can get those seeds. I know the lady Michi X was saying she got it on her site where you can get those seeds, and I think other places do too, right? It's time. It's been time. We've been telling everybody to pull together. Time to start branching off. You said, remember they used to feed as soon as you walk in. Yeah. As soon as you walk in, we grew. They say the loans are some bull crap. That European crap. That's supposed to be your supermarket, your yard. You're supposed to be able to walk out, pick your stuff off the trees, pick your stuff out of your garden. It don't supposed to be no space, no grass. It's supposed to be food. Yeah, it's supposed to be all food. Yeah, shout out to Michi. Yep, shout out to Michi X because she got those kits and stuff too. I'm not getting paid to advertise. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know what the price is, but she got it on her site and she got the bulletproof stuff and the survival kits and all that. Yeah, I'm just putting it out there because that's good. It's really good. It is. It's really good. Sure is. Yeah, they've been telling us to leave these holidays alone, grow our own stuff, pull together. It look like we gonna have to, cause like Michael Jackson's song, they don't really care about us, and we should have known that anyway. And it's sad that we still got people thinking that if you vote for the Democrats, you're gonna be okay. If you vote for them people, all the same family, Game of Thrones, same bloodline, no matter the color, they all some kin. They play these little race games with us, but them people are all in bed together. Even though they might battle and take each other out, still the same family battling, the city kings. So, yeah. But that's all I wanted to talk about right now was that that situation. Yeah, the problem is we don't care. We don't. That's how we fail anyway. That's how we fail. Matter of fact, we created all this these people that's puppets that's pretending that they over us and stuff like that. We created all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? And the karma coming back and a lot of this stuff that we in is because we didn't handle it right when we was, I'm gonna be honest, we didn't handle it right when we was in power, probably fighting amongst each other. And when you fight, nobody wins when the family feud. That's how they came in and overtook us and infiltrated and stuff. And maybe we wasn't ruling like we was. Yeah, we might not have been doing something right. And I know every civilization rise and fall, and they haven't been in rulership long as we think. They really haven't been ruling that long. But hey, it's time to get it together now. It's time to clear up the karma and go on to the net. We done did everything we could do. We done built this Americas of the world, invented everything, been everything that had all the gold, the silver, the organic. It's time to take it to the next level now. Like, what is there left to do? What are we gonna start all over and do this stuff our ancestors didn't leave. It's good to be aware of what's going on, but our ancestors left us hieroglyphs and they left us symbols of how to leave this place and not come back because they knew what it was. How you see my trees? And you see my trees in the back? How to leave this place and not come back. Yep, I've been connecting with them ever since I've been a baby. That's my thing. I didn't even know what I was really doing, but I subconsciously was always connected to the trees. Yep. What you say? They really, yeah, they really haven't. I just was watching a seer. Yep, I'm about to finish that. A seer the Duke of Tears new video. He be breaking it all. Yeah, he does. Yeah, we gotta come brand new, but I'm saying though, we done did everything on this realm. This is the 3D. Is they didn't leave us no thing on how to rebuild. They left us hieroglyphs and symbols on how to leave and transform and how to die and not come back. Yeah, how to cross over. That's what I'm realizing. Like there was nothing about staying, nothing about how to get it back and this and that. It was all about leaving. They knew this. Those alchemists and the sages and the what is it, magas and the people that could see the future. They knew this was gonna come. They knew that we was gonna fall from being gods to being in this lower state right here. So they didn't leave us nothing about staying here. They left us all the knowledge on how to get out of here. Like it starts after you like this is just a testing ground, how to leave here and not saying you want to take yourself out or you're not gonna you find joy while you're here. You play this game, you play to win, but you realize that this is not this is not the end. This is not it. So yeah. I mean, we a lot of us is trying to get it back, and ain't nothing wrong. How to die and not come back. It's nothing wrong with having material things. There's nothing wrong with building while we're here, but y'all, and laying stuff out even with your trust and because you got descendants and you got people that's gonna be here that you left here, so you want them to be able to be okay while they're here. We brought them here, but not only are we supposed to leave them some, we're supposed to even leave them knowledge and prepare them on how to leave when they leave and not come back, and let them know this is temporary. This ain't it right here. Yeah, we got the knowledge now, how to leave this place and not come back. And not get too attached to this realm and stuff. Cause it's an illusion. Yeah, it doesn't exist. Yeah, death don't exist, only more like you go on. Let's say when you don't go to the light, you go on to build, you go on, you a walking galaxy, you a walking cosmos, like a celestial, you a whole walking a deity. You go on to become a star, the real star, right? Like in the real world, right? So yeah, I mean, I know I'm aware of what's going on while I'm here. I'm gonna try to make something of myself and leave an inheritance and do what I'm supposed to do, but I'm not getting too attached. Definitely not. I'm not getting too attached. So yeah. It has been real. But like Cardi B thinking that, but a lot of them, they wanted them Democrats in there so they could pardon them when they do their stuff. Cause a lot of them celebrities, they be doing a lot of crime, and they know when these people gonna get taken out, and they be picking and making videos and stuff about it, and they want to be able to run up there to some of them, which I think you can pay him off. You pay that guy off too, but I'm just saying they got more favor with them. Some of them groups that's in there where they can do their little stuff and going in and I mean, I noticed how when some people was in office, how they provided security for some of these rappers after some of the major rappers were taken out in 2021. What the White House doing providing? Was you doing a job for them? Was that a political assassin? Was it? Because that don't make no sense for me. Like, y'all being protected by the president, and y'all just common criminal rapper drug dealers or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, it's just it's good to know, because we'll be poor. They want us to old Trump, which I don't even trust. I don't trust none of them, but I'm just saying I know them Dems full of it too. Like they full of it too. They want everything to be where they got it. They really want to get they invited them people here and they want them to vote them in. That's what it's all about. They'll get them $1 million long as they vote for them. They ain't gonna they don't care if we eat or survive or what, because we only cattle to them. Oh no, they agents. They been until Bobby and them been told us that. Yeah, they working. I don't trust them. They all been done sold out. Hell, most of these people up here that's got a big enough following probably done sold out too. We don't know who been compromised. You gotta be careful. Even up here with the knowledge that you die. All everywhere you look is somebody giving this kind of knowledge that you gotta be careful, because you never. Yeah. Yeah, they all tied in together, right? That what you say, to go along, get along game, right? Exactly. So I just be like, go within, stay connected to nature. Hey, connect with them trees, take your feet off, not your feet. Don't take your damn feet off, take your shoes off in the soil, grounding, meditation, go within, put that. Sometimes I take my devices and put them away. Not even away I put them away in another room. It's not good to sleep with this stuff either, because it's constantly trying to record and figure, it's trying to figure you out and get in your head and stuff like that. So it's not good. You're covering up your TV screens and stuff like that, and not have all these devices around you when you go to sleep, and be aware, because this stuff is recorded. Definitely. Yeah, you got to do the work. Definitely got to do the work. Yeah, got to do the shit. And there's levels to this healing and all of that. It's a lot of distractions going on there, but we know we need to be, whether a 3-eye atlas is here or not, we need to be working on healing, let it go, and becoming light as a feather. That's what the ancestors, the ancients was telling us, light as a feather, letting this stuff go, not being too attached, not holding nothing. Not no, bag lady, you gonna miss your bus carrying all them backpack light. Let it go. Whether they said forgive me, I'm sorry. A lot of people ain't gonna come back and say nothing. You forgive yourself, you forgive them, and let it go. You don't gotta deal with people that you don't need to deal with, but you gotta let stuff go, and you can't let it hinder you from healing your heart and getting control of your solar plexus, your sacral chakra, your root chakra, and mastering have mastery of yourself, pretty much. Just mastering yourself, loving yourself, heal that childhood trauma. You got people that's almost 100 years old and they still being affected by not being loved right by mommy, and the mommy issues and stuff like that, and daddy issues and all this and that. It's just it's a lot. Age is nothing but a number, but it's never too late to heal. It's never too late to start working on yourself. And everybody, I will catch y'all again real soon. 3-eye, what? Jesus, because to me, 3-eye Atlas is some G. Yeah, you can only save yourself. It's probably a my son said he believes it's an alien. They are probably talking to it and know the language and all that. You know how they do. You know how them people do. You know how they do. So yeah. Well, it's been real. And I have been up here enough time. I will be back soon because I ain't stay up here no long time. But I just wanted to get that information out, because some people don't know. They don't even know like what's going on. They all thinking that, oh, it's all on Trump. No, they can't. I don't believe he care. I don't believe they care either. None of them, the Republican Democrat. But I believe they stopped a lot of this. And that man that's in there, that shadow president, oh, he ain't spending that Ronald Vaughn or whatever. If I'm saying the name right, it's on my last video with the shadow president. He been missed by that Texas senator, or that Texas senator that whatever he didn't want to spend a penny on nothing. They hated him because he vetoed anything spending money. And this one here been in the budget room and know where every penny is going in that White House. And he's seeing all this money going to all these different countries, and they saying that the trans people need ballet lessons for $30 million. And he done walked out. He walked out before because he knew there was some bullshit. Now he back. I ain't saying he right neither, because he's a Christian, the nationalist. You know what you say the last time, what that mean? When they say they what you say, Ultra Instinct, when they say they're nationalist Christian Judeo, that mean the letter, the triple K, right? Damn right. And so he's mixing that in with this tight budget thing. So yeah, it's just a mess. So and then you got them over there. They worried about getting these migrants in here to vote for them. So they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn about us. That's right. The triple KKK. When they say that, that means I can go to church on Sunday and praise my Jesus, and you are cursed because your skin color. And it means that you need to be working for my slave, and you need to be punished. And I'm going to go right back after I punish you, because God allows me to do that and serve. And y'all niggas think that they worship the same God y'all worship and they believe it. Okay. You going to turn the other cheek. They ain't. You gonna lay down. You gonna serve their God or get down. You gonna either bow down or you gonna get down. One was like they did when they came over here and took the lands and all that. You gonna lay down or you gonna get down. If you don't serve their God and their religion, then you deserve what? That's like they yeah. That's right. You gonna lay down or get down because you already ain't worthy. You're not worthy anyway. You ought to be glad. You ought to be glad that they saving your soul from hell with that Christianity that they got. Oh, I'm just letting you know. So yeah. Y'all have a wonderful week. Hey, happy days of the dead. This is our ancestor time from the end of the month to like the 3rd. This is venerate. I was just thinking about all the things my ancestor had to go through for me to be able to be here today. Like, they actually took their lands, and a lot. I know my ancestors. They moved towards the swamp area where the alligators and the crocodiles and the snakes and stuff was, and built it up beautifully and prosperously too, to the point where they had their own thing going on. They create from nothing, and we today don't even think about them. We think that they taught us that was demonic to venerate them, to put something out that they like, to even put a picture up. But we worship dead people that they tell us to give all our energy to. But then it's demonic for us to even think about our ancestors. And that's what's wrong with our culture, y'all. Every other culture, where these people, where I'm located at now, I'm looking to see where are the celebrations. I can go to a celebration right now. It's going on all day for the next few days, where I take my picture of my ancestor and put it up. They all venerate their ancestors. We are the only culture that give all our energy to Jesus, but we don't think about do you really know what they went through for us? Imagine what we going through. They went through much worse, and they survived, because if not, we wouldn't be here today. Do you realize how much your ancestors suffered? And they call. I'm talking about. Imagine we think that we come. Some of us still think we come from Africa. We don't believe that we own this. We don't believe that a lot of us think a lot of us, our people, really think we were the slaves. They don't realize that those other people were the slaves that's telling us that we were slaves. They were the slaves. We owned them. They don't realize that some of our people own slaves, right? That's why might be going through some stuff too, because of some of the stuff we might have done. Not no curse it's not the curse where we were cursed because if we turn our back on any God, it was the goddess. We turn our backs on the mother, because it was the mother, the father, and child. And we had land. This land that was ours. We were here first. So We ain't walking around wondering and taking people lands and in the name of our God. That ain't us. They come and take our stuff. So you gotta get that confusion out of your head. You ain't been wandering around looking for no home. You got a home. You just been what you call it? You've been dethroned or whatever. For whatever reason, you've been defrauded and dethroned, even with your birth certificates and stuff like that. Your birth certificate is connected to your bank account that has millions and millions of dollars. Yeah, I got millions of dollars. Yeah. Our people did some foul shit. Absolutely. Absolutely, our people did. And we did because we are our ancestors. Absolutely. And even the lady from the UNA Republic was talking to Mama T and saying that some of these women, some of our women going through stuff because we didn't treat the men right when we was ruling. And that's why they're afraid as hell of the matriarch rising, because if some of these women that's here now come into power, we all we in trouble. And some of these women with this mentality that they got now, if they come into rulership where they ruling things with a mindset, so maybe some, I don't know. Some of them is just crazy, mentally ill, but maybe some of them remembering like a time when they was slaves of it won't all the women, but I'm pretty sure it was some women that had the men. Cause I hear a City Duke of Tears talking about that some evil rulings of the matriarch. I hear some other men talking about it. So come on, it's always different polarities. So it had to be something going on. So I wouldn't want some of these women to be in charge of. I don't like the men that's in charge because they lunatics. These men, I don't even think these people are human. But some of these women was ruling the way they have did me and other people. So I know that before that fully happens, we got to do some healing. We got some more work to do. You know, we barely even like each other. So how is we gonna rule something and we can't even hardly get along with each other? We always in competition, trying to one up, ain't sincere, ain't authentic. You know, it's too. Yeah, it's got to be some work done for that happen, baby. I mean, yeah, it's bad now, but no, no. I know it's some work got to be done for that. Yeah, it's the rise of it, but it's not gonna. Big Mama not gonna let you, if you ain't getting yourself right and you think you're gonna run something, you're gonna be wiped out. That's all I got to say. It's gonna be people that's not abusing power. It's gonna be people that know how to judge fairly and that has done that work and the heart is pure and all that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I know because we already done had the evil rulership. Because they say when the evil rule, everybody's suffer. So we done had that for a long time. We out of that Kali Yuga now. Sure is. Yeah, I done been around some evil women. Bitter, evil, mean, hateful. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want that in my group. I stay away from that, baby. I stay away from that. I don't want nothing to do with that energy. Nothing. Yeah. What they say, women act real stank with other women. They do, because they know the reason why women do that, because they taught us when they don't talk about the genocide of women when they took all the women out. So you know that the patriarch, the one that turned the oracles and the priestesses into prostitutes and stuff. That's what that. I'm not saying they won't get in their groove on and having their orgies and to the goddess and the gods and having they was doing it according to the planets. They was having their orgies and they sex magic and all that. But I'm saying once they took down the matriarch and the men took over, they the ones had the women as resources. And a lot of that dance you see them women swirling and all that, that was to the serpentine energy, to the snake, the serpentine or whatever, the nagas. They used that and exploited that for sensual and sexual purpose. But that was dances to the kundalini, the kundalini and all that. That was based off of the kundalini energy. But that was exploited by the patriarch, and the women was raped and murdered and kidnapped and sex slavery and all that. And they say the white woman was the first sex slave. That's what they say. That's why I believe they know how to please these blacks. That's why I believe that the connection is too with the brothers. But that's another lie. That's not here nor there. That's just something I believe because of the way the Moors taught them everything and stuff like that, and they taught them how to bathe and stuff like that. It's some kind of like how they say the pets and all that. So that's just me getting my downloads and doing my deep thinking and stuff like that. It's some kind of connection there though. It's more than what it's something there. Yeah, and it's more spiritual too, because it's like she knows, like she just knows, and maybe it's from the training, and because they say we had a lot to do with them, making them to be able able to walk upright and giving them our blood and our genes and stuff like that. So it's something to that. So that's another place and another time. But anyway, that's another lie. So you think I'm on to something? You don't think I'm just blah 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 talking crazy? Yeah, because I don't look at stuff from a point of view of as a insecure, like, oh well, because I actually be talking to people, and I understand them. Like I try to understand, not in a biased way. Like I don't talk to somebody and try to understand or learn something based off of, well, I'm a black woman and I feel like they're taking all our men. Never approach that from that aspect. Never. And I have associates and friends or associates that when I was even in private school, I didn't go to private school all my life, and I'm glad I didn't. But when it wasn't really, it was a Christian academy with a bunch of bad, rich white kids, and the black ones that was in there were bad too. I probably was bad myself, but acting like I was all good and stuff. But anyway, I digress. That's neither here nor there. Well, my mama wasn't no pastor. She was just a church lady, a church secretary. But I went in there with all them pastors, rich. Them people had money back then. Rich, black. Even the black pastor children, the man was a millionaire. I'm like, Mom, you might need to get you a church. What did you doing? So yeah, I think it's a connection there, because you and I'm not trying to be rude. Like, oh no, don't think that I'm being funny when I say, like, how they say a dog is a man's best friend. I'm not saying that she's his best friend, but she knows how to maybe cater to them or something. Please, like cater. They what I'm saying. They've been trained to even be able to pick. They know how to pick the ones out that's gonna be and I was talking to my friend, and he was saying that they know how to look and see if he on this type of team, and how and da da da. Yeah, probably so, but that's true too. But it's something there. It's I don't know, but she knows how to look out for herself, because at the end of the day, yeah, that's just social media. Most melanated people are with melanated. Yeah, and sometimes, some cases, they really be. I ain't gonna say this is all cases, but some cases, some of them people really be in love with each other. I don't even think it's about the skin color, which it is about skin color in America and in this society. It is. But I'm saying, I ain't gonna say it's all couples, but some people ain't just with people because of because they hate their race, or because they trying to get back at daddy, because daddy was a Klansman. Some people, they really, when it's like that, that's pure. I mean, some people really be loving each other. You said you think, And they do that. And it's some of our people that do stuff like that too. It ain't just them probably. It's some of our people that do that. But look, somebody had to do something with it. Do we need to go there? Somebody had to sleep with a beast anyway, because ain't some of them ain't some people is like, was it gene slicing, or because people mix with different forms of animals, so somebody would messing with beasts or something. Look, somebody was doing something. Yeah. But if a human and a dog link up, and can't no baby be made, so that ain't the same species. But yeah, I done seen some stuff on where people be getting in trouble for that mess. They do be messing with their dog. And I had a client years and years. This was a long time ago. Little old Jewish lady. That lady was smart as hell, but them dogs, them dogs that when you go around her house, them dogs be trying to lick on you, lick up between your legs and stuff. I'm like, Lord, hey, what in the world is Miss Ma doing with these dogs? She better stop that mess. But yeah, I'm sure people do that, and it ain't just one race. But they say that's where the diseases come from. People sleeping with animals. That's where the herpes and all that mess come from. They say it come from people. That's where it started with the people sleeping with animals. That's what I heard. How the disease and stuff got, and they sleep with donkeys and cows, not donkeys and goats and all. Yeah. What's it called? Bestiality. So it's been going on. But then, is it really illegal if you got that in you? Like if you part pig and dog, is it illegal for you? That's like that's like your same species, sort of, right? If they already mix with that in their blood and their genes, so how is that wrong? I'm just saying, like, I'm just thinking on a biological level. Like, wouldn't they be attracted to, if that's a part of their species? Wouldn't they be attracted to an animal because they are mixed with that? Some people, wouldn't they be attracted to what's their genealogy, like their gene makeup is biology wise? Hey, so yeah, I'm just saying, cause they be attracted. They like, yeah, like I'm pretty sure it's people, melanated people that do that, but it seemed to be more of them. But it was just up here recently where this was a melanated lady where she was at the restaurant with her girlfriend, and her husband was doing that to the little dog, and the little dog, I don't know. People need to stop that mess, because them animals can't defend themselves. They, you gotta. That's like a child. Yeah, that's like a child. Them animals. No. Is that why they say the man's best friend comes from them having? Might be. I ain't think about it like that. I always wonder what that was about. Cause I mean, I like dogs, but they cool and everything, but not like that. I like them, but they've been around me all because my kid love pets. Always have since a little bitty child, and my family members had goats and dogs and cows and pigs and chickens. So they had like by the time I came up, my grandmama still had a little farm going on. She had a dry house where they made their sausage. They made their own cracklings. They had pigs and all that. So, and she had the fruits and the vegetables and the collards and growing on. Yeah. So it's like a little garden of Eden or something. Yeah. So yeah, that's wild. That's something to think about. Well, the diseases done got out of control now. I know every time you turn around, they talking about the people is I was just talking about it on the other live about that disease that these people, the lady got, and she had to take physical therapy from getting oral fellatio from her boyfriend. I guess they broke up. He had some disease called plasma something, where she said she had to take antibiotics for like 6 to 8 weeks, and then had to, what she had to do? Physical therapy because she couldn't hold her urine and stuff. So you got to be careful even with that, even with foreplay and all that. It's real out here, and they don't check you for this stuff. Like this, you have to demand that you get tested because it won't show up. So just have to be very, very. I know back in the day, my dad and my stepdad and them said they used to be on some hippie love. They go around and make love all day and have fun, and then they got something. They go to the doctor, get a shot, and go on by their business. It ain't like that no more. It is not like that no more, honey. You got to be very careful. So, yeah, you got to be very careful. Yep. What's it say? Okay, Trump was so somebody said over 40% of SNAP recipients live in the South. Trump won every southern state. We've all seen footage of Trump rallies. The people who attend don't seem financially well off. They look, well, I'm not saying you wrong on that. You got a point, but the SNAP ain't got nothing to do with Trump. It's got to do with the Democrats. They say wanting the migrants people to they want to vote. They want them to be able to get their benefits. They're getting. I need to go up here and find it where the lady is snitching on them in Chicago. They getting like 15. Some of them getting like $15,000 a month on SNAP. Like they getting money and all that. That may be true that most of the South voted, and it might be poor people that voted for him, poor Caucasians or whatever, or poor. But that's not the reason that they going through this with the SNAP benefits though. Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you like this. I didn't vote for nobody because I don't trust none of them. But the thing is, if we would have voted for the Democrats, we wouldn't have been in no better situation. Now we would say, okay, the people that's migrants say, yeah, if the Democrats would have got it, we would have been okay. They would have used them till they didn't need them no more. Once they got in office, they would have got rid of them too. They just use people as puppets because I don't think it's right for them to invite them people here. And then now, you know what I'm saying? I would have left. I'd have got I ain't even gonna lie. I would have came here. If I was them, I would have came here and collected my little checks and sent my money back home or somewhere. If I had to go to if I was illegal, then I'd try to go somewhere where I could be all right at. But I was trying to stack my money up and leave before he got in. Once I seen him in office, I'd have been hidden out anyway. That's just me. I'm just saying because they really got comfortable thinking that they really thought these people we be trying to tell people they really thought that, you know what I'm saying, this government was their friend. Like it won't the poor. I don't blame the poor people in the South for voting. At least they did vote differently. They've been voting for Democrats since what? For the last 40 or 50 years, and the Democrats ain't did nothing for them, but keep them dependent on them, talking about they gonna save them and twerking and got all that, like think somebody's stupid. The Democrats ain't even what's his name was telling us about the Democrats before I was born. Malcolm X even told us about the Democrats. They smile in your face. They really the real KKK. Biden and all of them was mentioned by the wizards and stuff, the grand wizards and all that. So it's neither party I trust. I'm just saying, yeah, the people in the South may have voted for Trump, but maybe some of them might have been voting because they're racist. Some of them could have been voting because they wanted change. That's not a bad thing. Trump is not the problem. He ain't even really running it. He's just a puppet. I'm just saying the people that's really running it, we don't even see them. Like, it's time for us to depend on ourselves and brand whatever color you is. I don't care if you blue, white, purple, or green. You cannot trust the government. The government is not your friend. Just because they helping you out right now because they want you in this country, that's just they use people for puppets. That's not guaranteed. Look, the Democrats should have had some kind of situation for these people when they invited them in. They should have had a way for them to get out. Why in the world, if you really care about them, you knew when Trump got in there, hell was gonna come down on him. Why you didn't warn them you to go ahead and leave, and if things smooth out, then you could come back? Yeah, that's crazy. They shouldn't even be in this situation if they was invited over here, in my opinion. What you say? Wouldn't be no damn better. They gonna do what they gonna. Yeah, it would have just been more chaos. It would have been more and more chaos. I know that. But they want to blame the people in the South about ain't no politician gonna do nothing right. Yeah, just cause they poor people, they got a right to vote for whoever they want to vote for. The Democrats won't do it. What were the Democrats doing for poor people before Trump got in there? I just want to know. What was the? I'm just wondering what was the Democrats doing for poor people? What they helping them get food stamps and what welfare and what else was they doing? Like what was the Democrats doing? They won't even help them with that. That's just that was created for Caucasians back in the 1930s anyway. But yeah, black people own that. But black people were better off when they were segregated, honey. When they had their own, we had more real estate. We owned. I don't know what, but we were better off because we owned. We had our own real estate. My people got land there, but they had more land. They had more land back then before they said they had way more land before they segregated. You know, they had like the whole two sides of the road and probably more than that before they stole the other. But yeah, what black people, what we own? What the Democrats help us own? What wealth infrastructure have we got? What restaurants have we got in our communities? And what do we own? Like a job? What's a job? Just over broke, which is good. I've had jobs. I work or whatever, but I'm not gonna depend on that. That ain't no. What's the degree? What's the degree? I got a couple of degrees. After what they even gonna take the lawyers, the doctors, the paraprofessional jobs soon. They gonna be gone. So I don't know. Yeah. Nah, they not gonna do nothing. Peace. Hey, 7 grams. What's going on? Yep, you came right at the end. I'm about to get out of here. I done been here a while, but yeah, they not gonna do nothing for us. I think we was better off. And what I saw was a video of how they was trying to tap into that wealth. That's why they wanted to integrate us. That's why they sent the puppets for all this black power. And we want to ride their buses and go to that. Why I want to eat at somebody's restaurant that don't even like me? Why I want to ride on a bus with people that don't even like me and I got my own buses? We had our own bus companies in Greensboro, North Carolina. We had all these black people talking about, oh, they destroyed Black Wall Street. No, they didn't destroy it. They destroyed Tulsa, but it was Black Wall Street still going on in Durham, Charlotte, what that beach that they got there, the white people got that beach down there, Myrtle Beach, they had that. They had Black Wall Streets all over still. We had our own, y'all. They didn't destroy Black Wall Street with Tulsa. That's what they want you to think. We still had it. When we lost our Black Wall Street is when we started going to their restaurants, moving in their neighborhoods, going to their schools and stuff. That's when we lost our stuff. That's when we lost Black Wall Street. It was not destroyed by Tulsa, so don't let that get you. Yeah, they blew that up, but we still had our own. We were doing better than them when they was wanting us to ride their buses and go to their school. We had our own homes. Even the people in Louisiana, when that flood came, and a lot of people say that was man-made for them to do their regentrification and take that land down there. Them people had generational homes that they own. They own their homes. All my folk where I'm from, them people own their homes and land. They don't be living in no apartments and renting nothing. And before integration, man, even if all them people they own their land, they own their homes, they grow their food. They were eating good. I'm talking about they might didn't think it because somebody can play with you. Like when they was picking on them about the watermelons and the fried chicken. Do you realize that the watermelon farmers was making millions and they was picking on them because they were jealous? When somebody pick on you, a lot of times they are jealous. They were picking on the watermelon. Like right now, it's the thing with watermelon and fried chicken. You know, black people invented fried chicken because when they was going around to the different civil rights movements, they couldn't stop at the restaurants because of the racism. He was. Oh, definitely was. Yeah. I've I've been saying that. And and it's another one that's still alive that's an agent. It's another one that's still alive that's an agent because they with the church. I ain't even gonna say they with the Church of Scientology. They been an agent. They been compromised. Yeah, they was, and so was them people talking about black power. Our ancestors was offended by that. We won't call no black what? They were black. They were called black because they didn't black what when you say that in law, look at the Black's Law book. That means you ain't got no power, you don't matter, you worthless, blah blah blah. That's why y'all need to stop checking that off. And when you say black, you really checking off that you don't matter, you don't mean. I don't put that. I'm gonna tell you what I put. I put other, and I put indigenous to the Americas. That's what I put. If it ain't no space, that's what I put. I don't put no I'm black African. No, I don't put none of that. I don't put none of that up there. None of that. No. I definitely don't put. Yeah, he definitely was an agent. He definitely was. Sure. The Pandora Papers 2021 are 11.9 million documents that expose the secret bank accounts of holdings of 35 leaders totaling. Ain't that a shame? Yeah, look. Don't you know, $1 trillion went missing from the Pentagon like not long ago. And they said that was money that was used to pay off those officials in other countries when they were supposed to take out Saddam Hussein, because they said that Saddam Hussein really wasn't taken out, and that Navy SEALs, they were taken out allegedly by Hillary. So the parent of the SEAL investigated it and found out that once they thought they took out not Saddam Hussein, but bin Laden, the Muslim lady started crying about, oh, that's not him, because of the way that she saw the body being, because they have to bury him a certain way. But the lady knew that wasn't him, so she was hollering out that he's still alive. That was a body double or covered. They didn't take him out. And in fact, that's another story. They said that money got missing because them officials got paid off to keep that on the hush. Yeah, they got a lot of money because they embezzling and stuff. They taking our tax dollars and having a good time with it. And dipping in. Yeah. Everybody getting paid. Yeah, but he was saying he didn't get all of that money too. When he was in the office with Trump not long ago, he said it's money missing. And you remember when that guy got busted in Bahamas, the cryptocurrency guy that was scamming? They said he was tied up with Biden and them with the funneling money and stuff like that. Allegedly. But you know how that go. Yeah, allegedly. They said he was tied up because they said he got like 17 or 20 LLCs that he funded money through. And all of them do. They get the first digs on the stock market and all that. They getting paid now. They ain't shut down. They gonna get paid regardless. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's wild how much money that they have. Indigenous Moon. Yeah, it's just crazy how much money that they can take. Like Cardi B did say it right. They're gonna have them a good Thanksgiving. They building ballroom. It's for the wealthy, y'all. And they do so. How could they feed us this food at the supermarket and get away with it? I just don't know. What do you say? Frazzled drip. That's crazy. Yeah, they racking up, and they, hey, and they say they bidding us off the stock market because we've been lost at sea. We the straw man. I'm trying to figure out how to take control of my straw man, honey, so I can be like, look, I'm gonna pay this money from this account that I've secured and taken over. That I'm the security creditor. Yeah, it's the way to do it. I've been trying to figure it out since 2017. Anybody know? Let me know. Yeah, but y'all, this has been MaSun Goddess 777. Please comment. We can discuss this another time. Please like, subscribe, and share. And thank y'all for coming up here today. I just want to get this information out. It is a mess. And it's sad that people voted for him just because of his skin color. Because he ain't studying no poor people. Dave Chappelle tried to tell them that years ago that he is not studying no poor people. That man for the rich. And when I say rich, he about them billionaires or whatever. And you know, if you're a billionaire, you don't have to do some evil. They had to do a lot of evil stuff to become one if they really are billionaires. But y'all, I'm out. Y'all take care. Have a wonderful weekend. I will be back soon. Be bliss, healing, protection, unconditional love to you. And y'all honor your ancestors. Please do. Because these are the days when the veil is thin. They say it's thin from what? The summer solstice on up. But they say these are the days of the ancestors, the days of the dead. Y'all have a wonderful weekend and take care.